Man, I will never forget that shoot. I will never forget that shoot. I was just getting started out, and they put that cover on the Rolling Stones, and I had this little snowball business, and it just got bigger and bigger, bigger, real fast. Uh, After Tennessee Sisterland, I shot. Oh my God, I shot Junior Slick and the Vaseline Sheen. They were real big then. I shot La Donna, not Madonna, La Donna. We did a big shoot down in Wolf Springs, and the Limpin' Salamanders, a band called 10 Till 5. Oh shoot, who all? I shot Rotten Dime. They came in. A group came all the way from San Francisco, the Fudge Packers. God, the Heebie Jeebies. Oh yeah, Jimmy Ray and the Jumpin' Jacks. Jimmy Ray and the Jumpin' Jacks were right here in the studio after they saw the Tennessee Sisterland stuff. Oh man, what I remember most about the shoot was they all stank. They destroyed my studio after they left. The Doolittle boy and all them people from Uliwall just spit tobacco everywhere, just everywhere they just spit, and they left the commode full, and there was whiskey bottles all over the place. I had to have it fumigated for fleas. Their language was filthy. They cussed. I've never heard such ugly talk. They cussed like a bunch of pissed off sailors. Carl Childers works for me, you know, fixing lawnmowers and brushing up and sweeping up around here. He didn't like that. I seen him several times get one of them off to the side, and he would say, "You ought not talk that way, you just a boy." Well, you know, I didn't have any problem with any one of them. I mean, I knew that Angus dude was psycho, so I stayed away from him. The Doolittle boy was all right. I couldn't get him to pull his cap up, and I finally did, and his eyes looked like a road map, so I let him pull his cap back down. The little Mexican, he was such a good musician. What I remember is we had just went digital, and I would take an exposure, and they'd all want to run over and look at the viewfinder. You know, they thought that was so cool. They would want to run over there and look at the picture, and most of them stayed back. But that the Evans boy, he would get right up behind me, looking over my shoulder, and he'd go, "Ooh, I like that." And that, I don't know, I don't know what he had in his pocket, but he would brush up against me, and I was real uncomfortable with him. I finally said, "Look, guys, we're gonna shoot, and then we'll view the images later." That one dude, the one they called Squincher, that done like this, he's not in the picture, and the reason he's not in the picture, when I fired that strobe, he went into a fit and had a seizure, and we finally, after about 2 attempts, we figured out that the strobes with him squint like it was causing seizures, so that's why he's not in that picture. And then that other dude, the one they called Delicious, well, he had something in his contract. You had to be of certain sexual orientation to even take his picture, which I didn't meet them requirements, so I said, "You just set your butt right over there, boy." And he sat there and he just cut down everything I did. But I got to say to old Delicious that, "Hey buddy, that's my image there on the cover of the Rolling Stone." Yeah. I thought they picked the worst image I shot for the cover, but that didn't matter. And then they wrote me a check, which bounced like a rubber ball. I never got paid for that gig. I never got the first dime from them for my services. Well, let's see. We finally got the photo shoot done. We had rented some equipment here for them to shoot some video. My daughter Taylor shot some video for them, and you know, I asked them, did they want to come up and view the images? They all had agents here, you know, to approve their images, and they were like, "WTF, we don't want to do that. We just want to get high." Did I mention that they were high when they got here? They were stoned. But anyway, they were in here shooting video, and I came back to check on them a time or two. It was getting pretty wild down here. And that drummer dude, the one that JT or whatever his name was, TJ or XY or whatever, I noticed he would play in between songs. He would pick his nose and he'd wipe the boogers off on the snare. And that was a lot of people don't know. I guess that's why you're here. But I went to jail that night. I went to jail, and I never got paid a dime. They never paid me. I never got any money for that shoot. After the editing was done, they were down here. They threw their video, and it was time to leave. Well, they had it in their contract that the limos would come to the back door and pick them all up. And I came down, told them all bye, get the heck out of here. And the little Mexican boy was gone. And I said, where's... And they were like, screw him, man, screw him. Teach him not to walk away. And the dude, Delicious, was so stoned. He was standing there, and he was like shivering like this, and he pissed his pants. And anyway, I was glad it was gone. I got arrested. Well, we got to back up. We got to back up. Apparently, and this all came out in the trial, about the time we started to shoot, there was a truckload of Mexicans coming down the road, and they were good guys. They had killed a goat, and their truck quit on them. Well, they whooped up in my parking lot. They pushed it up in the parking lot here at the studios, and they had a dead goat, and they couldn't go nowhere, so they looked around, and they're like, oh, see, good place, yeah. So they got their pots out and just started peeling potatoes and had a goat stew. Well, it turns out that my neighbor, the ones over there across the road that shoot the guns all the time, that I don't say nothing about, had called the law. And after Tennessee Sisterland got gone, my assistant came and told me, she said, oh Lord, they have called the law. And I'm like, what?